Welcome back, Cat 5 class. We're going to go over problem 337. This one is a little bit more challenging. All right, so let's take a look here. We have our front view and our top view. If you fly over the top, look straight down, we have our top view. Come back down to the front, right side view. Okay, so let's complete these three views. Let's take a look at the 3D model. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit more challenging because we have this purple step down here, right? We step down and it also crosses this cylinder, or I should say this circular hole, right? So it's going to be a little bit tougher to model this area, whether it's visible object lines or hidden lines. All right, so let's take a look at the front view first. Okay, so front view, okay, there it is. And again, we don't draw the tangent lines or seam lines. Okay, so there's the front view. Let's take a look at the AutoCAD file. And that's what we have for the front view, right? It's already there for the object lines. But we are missing quite a few things. Let's go back. Okay, we are missing the holes. Right, so we need to draw hidden lines for this hole and center line. Same with this one and this one. Note that the opening here is not as wide as the diameter of the hole. Okay, so we do need hidden lines for this circular hole. This diameter length is larger than this groove opening or slot here. Okay, so we need to do red hidden lines and green center lines for the three holes, right? So let's go back. Okay, so we're going to use our top view. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in our red hidden lines. Okay, so hidden layer, use the line command. So the holes go all the way through, right? All the way through. Hit escape. Line command. Go to the quadrant. Go straight down. I should turn on ortho, right? To guarantee I have vertical lines and or horizontal lines. Right click enter. Okay, let's keep going. Line command. So quadrant of this larger diameter hole. Notice how it's wider than this groove opening here. Okay, so let's go ahead and right click enter. And from the right quadrant, straight down, right click enter. Next one, from the left quadrant of this circular hole. Okay, and right click enter. And finally the last one. Enter. All right, so we have our red hidden lines. Let's go ahead and shorten them using the grips. And notice how the three holes are at different levels vertically. So this one's the medium height. This is the taller of the holes. And this is the shorter one. Okay, so that's another reason it's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging because the different levels, different heights here. Okay, so hit escape to deselect. Okay, now we need our green center lines. So let's bring in our green center lines. Green center layer, green center line. And we're going to track the center of this hole, come straight down and go a little bit beyond the object lines, right? Right click enter. Okay, hit spacebar to repeat the same command. Come straight down, we're tracking. And we want to make it around the same as this one. Slowly track away, click. Just want to try to look uniform here. So, okay, so let's go ahead and draw another center line. Just want to try and line up with this one. There it is. It looks cleaner there. Okay, they're all at the same XY coordinate location. All right. So that's it for the front view. We're done with the front. Okay, let's attack the top view. The right side view is going to be quite a bit challenging. Okay, so let's do the top view. Obviously, we need our green center lines. So we are already in the green center layer. So let's go ahead and bring in our, let's go to Annotate tab. Use the center mark. There it is, center mark. Everywhere you see a circle. And there it is. Okay, hit escape. Now we could have drawn one long green center line. So that's another option. And that long green center line will show that all three holes line up horizontally. Okay, so that's another option. Okay, so we took care of the green center lines. And let's go to the 3D model. Okay, so let's take a look at the top view. Okay, so we took care of the green center lines, and we're missing these two solid visible white object lines. Okay, so let's take care of these object lines. Right, there's steps here. As you can see, these are at different heights. All right, so let's go back to AutoCAD, and let's go back to the Home tab, and go to Visible Layer. Okay, so we're going to use Align command. And again, from this vertex, so you should get into the habit of every time you see a vertex, a corner, it should be represented in the other views. So here we go from this point. There's our object line. Right click enter. And Align command again from this corner here, or this vertex. Click and click. Right click enter. And there it is, that's complete. So we're done with the front and top view. Okay, the side view is a little bit more challenging, actually quite a lot challenging. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's go to the front first. Let's go to ISO view. Okay, so there's the isometric view. So you're in the front, you come around to the right side view. You're gonna see this height, right? This object line, and we should already have the other object lines, and we need to represent the holes with red hidden lines, right? Okay, so from this side, let's go ahead and look at the right side view. So once again, we have that visible object line. Then we have the red hidden lines representing the holes, right? If we turn slightly, so the salmon colored circular holes we need to represent with hidden lines, and also this purple groove here, right? This rectangular groove. We need to represent that too with hidden lines. Okay, so let's go back to AutoCAD. Okay, let's do the easy part first. Let's take care of this object line. That's the easy part. We are already in the visible white object layer. So from this corner, go across, hit. So there's that step representing this level here. Okay, right click enter. All right, there's also a step back here. See this? So we took care of this step here, right? But there's also this step back here, and we need to represent it with the hidden line. So if we go back to the 3D model, we have this edge back here for the blue surface. We have this edge that we cannot see from this view. So we need to show a red hidden line going across from that level. Once again, from this level here, the blue level, now it's green. We're going to draw a red hidden line. Let's go ahead and take care of that now. That's an easy one to forget. Okay, so let's go to red hidden layer. Align command, and from this back edge here, right, we're going to go straight across and click. Okay, so this red hidden line represents this level. Okay, right click enter, and let's use the grips to shorten it. Okay, so we took care of that. Hit escape. Okay, so we need to draw the hidden lines for the circular holes, right? Okay, I'm going to draw this one here first in the side view. So if we were to project using the yellow construction lines, right? There's the center. There's the other quadrant. Oh, pull the wheel to zoom in. And this one there. Okay, and then we're going to go straight down. Okay, so this circular hole, which is the same as this one, we need to represent it over here, and it's at the same height, right? Same height. So it's going to be right here. Okay, so if we go to the 3D model, there's that salmon colored hole back there that we need to represent with hidden lines. Okay, let's take care of that middle one first. Okay, so back to AutoCAD. All right, so we know it goes in here, and this is the height, right? Same height as we see here. Okay, so we can cheat. Yes, we are going to cheat. Let me hit escape. I'm going to take this red hidden line again, and this one for the circular hole and its center line. I'm just going to copy it over. Okay, so I'm going to use the copy command. Make sure you have object snap turned on and ortho on. So I'm going to grab it from here, this intersection point or midpoint. Either one should work fine. Click. I'm just going to copy it over. It's the same hole, just from a different perspective. And click. And I can keep clicking. I'm done. So I can just hit enter. So there it is. So that same hole we just drew is the same one we see over here on this side. It's the same height. Okay. Hey teacher, what about the little one? Well, the little one, okay, let's do the little one. Okay, we can do the exact same thing. We're going to copy, and they just happen to have the same diameter as the first hole we did. Okay, so these two small holes have the same diameter. So I can go ahead and just do the exact same thing. Come on over. And wait a minute, they're just overlapping each other. So you can see they're overlapping. So this little hole on the right is overlapping with the one on the left. So we don't need to do this part. Okay, they're just gonna overlap each other, and it's gonna look the same. So we actually don't have to do this part. The hidden lines that we have here with the center line represent both the left hole and the hole on the right. Okay, they have the same diameter, the same axis line from this perspective. Okay, so we're done with the little hole. Hit escape to deselect. All right, so now we need to do the large hole. Okay, so that's going to be the tough one. Okay, so let me do it the long way, and then we're going to have to make some adjustments. Okay, so let's go to line command on the top quadrant. So I'm going to do this the long way. And we know it goes all the way through, right? Just like this one. And yeah, we could have just copied this one over too. Okay, so we can do that also. Just going to do it the long way. Okay, so if you just want to copy this large diameter hole over, go for it. I'm going to do it the long way. Just to change things up a little bit. And it's the same center line as this one. So we can just extend this existing green center line, all three green center lines, all three here. From this perspective are all in line with each other. Okay, so I don't have to draw another green center line. We can just share, the three holes can just share the same green center line. I'm just going to extend it. Oh, let me turn off object snap so I can have freedom to extend. And there it is. Okay, so once again, that green center line represents all three that we see here on the front view, except they're overlapping each other. All right, and hit escape. Okay, let's get rid of some of the evidence here that we don't need. The evidence that we cheated, right? So let's go ahead and delete it using the pencil eraser. And let's go ahead and let me turn on object snap to get the right location. There it is. Using the snaps and object snap, using the grips and object snap, I'm able to correct the length on these. Okay, hit escape to deselect. Okay, so there it is. We're almost there, getting closer. Okay, so as you can see, once again, here is the large diameter hole and its green center line, and we could have just copied it over. That could have been a different option of doing this, a faster way. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get tricky. We have this opening, right? This rectangular groove, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we have this rectangular groove that we cannot see from the side view, right? We can't see it from the side view, but we need to represent it. Okay, so we need to draw. This hidden line will be overlapped by this visible white thicker object line, so we don't need to draw this hidden line or this one, but we do need to draw this hidden line and this one, which would be the same as the one on the opposite side, right? This hidden line and this one. Okay, so let's draw those hidden lines that we cannot see. If we're standing on the right side of you, we cannot see this opening. So let's take care of that hidden line or pair of hidden lines. Okay, so we have a hidden line from this rectangular groove. So let's go ahead and draw our hidden line from this corner. There it is. And we're going to go in. Right, go into the side view, and we really don't know how far to go, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go halfway. I know I have to stop here somewhere, I'm just not sure, so I'll go halfway and I'll just adjust it later. Right click enter. Okay, and let me go ahead and shorten that line. Okay, hit escape. Okay, so we have this red hidden line. And once again, that red hidden line represents this hidden line between the purple surfaces, or it can also represent the one on this side, right? They overlap each other, but we don't know where this hidden line is at. So we need a little bit of help, and we're going to do it using the top view. So from the top view, from this vertex here, right? This vertex that separates this flat from this cylindrical shape, we're going to project across to the 45 and down. Okay, so we're going to use the top view. See here, we know the depth of that rectangular groove. Okay, so I'm going to go off of this grip. Okay, so let me first hit escape to deselect, and let me zoom in. I need to zoom in to make sure I grab the right vertex. Okay, so we're going to draw a hidden line from this, where the rectangular groove hits the cylindrical hole, right? Click. And let me zoom out a little bit, roll the wheel, go across, hit the 45, and come straight down. And there's the groove right there. Click, and right click enter. Okay, so the groove is right here, or that rectangular groove, right? This one. Here's the depth, it goes up to here. This one here represents the circular hole, right? And this represents the depth of that rectangular groove. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix the length using the grips. Okay, hit escape to deselect. I'm going to delete this one. Don't need it. Okay, so once again, the depth of that rectangular slot, there it is. So we need to adjust the floor area, the bottom part, which is this one. So I need to go ahead and readjust this one. Remember earlier we went beyond, we just weren't sure where to stop. So there it is, hit escape. So let me go ahead and click on those red hidden lines, but let me first turn off the construction lines. Okay, so there it is. Those two highlighted hidden lines represent this rectangular opening and the depth, right? It ends at the cylindrical hole. Okay, now we're not quite done yet. This here we need to fix. Okay, so this long vertical line represents the large diameter hole, so we need to fix that. Okay, so let me hit escape. So this line, if we go back to the 3D model, represents the large diameter hole. Okay, so as we can see from the front view, this large diameter hole, the red-headed lines go all the way down, right? From the quadrants. But from the side view, part of the hole is missing, right? It got eaten away by this rectangular groove. So here on the right, yeah, we have a red-headed line going from this quadrant all the way down from the right. If we're looking at it from the right side view, right? This is the view here, right side view. We do have a red-headed line going all the way from the top and all the way through it and exiting the bottom, but not here. See here? Part of the cylindrical hole is missing. This chunk got taken out. So that red-headed line starts here at the purple level. Okay, so once again, where we see this seam line, that's where our red-headed line is going to start for the overall diameter of the hole. Okay, so we need to fix that in AutoCAD. So here's the one we were just talking about. So on the right side, it goes all the way through from top to bottom. But on this one, it starts at that lower level where we have the bottom surface of the rectangular groove. Okay, and hit escape. And that's what it's supposed to look like. If you're having trouble visualizing this, okay, so this is the area where a lot of you are going to get stuck. And this is the first area I look for mistakes to take points off. All right, so let me help you with that. Let's go back to the side view. If you're having trouble visualizing it, I'm going to do a section. We're going to talk about sections maybe 4 chapters from now or 3 chapters from now. Okay, we have section. If you don't see this icon section, you can always go through the drop down up here and look for section. Watch what happens when I click it in 3, 2, 1. Don't blink. Section. And it cuts right through. So this is a section view. We're taking an imaginary cut to expose the inside features. So right now it's running along the XY plane. Let me go over to the YZ. Yep, that's what I was looking for. So notice how it cuts it right down the middle. We can always adjust by left mouse click inside this green plane, transparent green plane. So I'm going to left mouse click and I can pull on this, right? Check this out. Let's go back and let's take a look at it from the side view. And that's the hidden lines right there, right? The hidden lines that we just drew, right? These are the hidden lines that we can't see, but if you turn on your X-ray vision, from the right side view, we can see this red hidden line. We can see this opening here for the rectangular groove and the left side or left quadrant of the circular hole. Okay, so you can see now it matches up with our view. There it is. All right, so let's double check. Let me double click, do a zoom fit, and I'm going to compare it to the answer key. Yes, I'm going to cheat. Let's take a look at the answer key. All right, so, yep, everything looks right. Let me zoom in. I'm trying to zoom in here. I was hitting the wrong button. Okay, so let's keep scrolling down. Okay, so the top view looks good. Notice how the top view, they use one long green center line. So you can share one long green center line on this one. Notice how the top and bottom are not symmetrical, so you don't draw a long green center line going all the way across beyond the object lines. Okay, so sorry, I went past it. Here we go again. Here's the front view. That looks complete. And the right side view. Yep, we got everything. So we're good. Okay, we got every single element. All right, so let's go ahead and save our work. Save as. Add our initials. All right, so our next video will be using an auxiliary view. So just to give you a preview of the next video. Problem 339, my mistake, 11-1. So these all used to be in the same chapter in the old textbook. They all used to be in chapter 2. Okay, so this problem, we have an auxiliary view. We still have a front view, side view, top view, and an auxiliary view. So on the next lecture, after this video, I'm going to first do the lecture to explain auxiliary views. We're basically looking down the slot, this rectangular slot or groove, right? And the reason we look down the slot is so we can get a better picture of what it looks like, and also so we can dimension it later. Okay, that'll be in a later chapter. Okay, so just think of looking down a microscope. You have to angle your head so you can look down the microscope and look at what's at the bottom, right? So same idea. It's like looking down a slide. If you're at a water slide park, okay, imagine you're sliding down the slide. Okay, so we project parallel to the rectangular groove or slot to create our auxiliary view. Okay, so next video will be the lecture covering auxiliary views, and then I'll do the videos for problem 11-1 and this one, 11-13, which is one of the most difficult problems in this class. All right, so that's the end of this video.